Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Hi, loves! It is 8:08 in the Pacific. Oh my goodness. Is it really? Ah, it is. Oh, look at that, soul family. That's not what I wanted to show you. Poopies. Oh, come on now. That was awesome. So I'm not gonna lie. I did a dab. It's not strong stuff. It's basically marijuana wax is what a dab is, for those of you who may not know. And oh shoot, I never finished putting that up. I gotta put that up real quick. It says nobody's here. Is anybody here? It went from 2 to 1 to 0. I'm gonna put my my little curtain up. Anyway, I was coughing really hard. I kind of have a mold issue in my trailer that I'm renting, and it's getting pretty serious. And I think it's starting to affect me physically, regardless of who and what I am. And I'm probably going to need to leave here soon. I'm not sure exactly how this is all going to play out. But I can really start to feel it, especially in these last few days. I found more mold yesterday. It's basically everywhere. I'm used to taking a dab of wax and not coughing at all. That's how I normally when people take a dab, if anybody's familiar, oh, hey, there we are. Most people really cough hard when they do a dab because that just is what it is. I don't usually cough at all. So for me to cough like really hard, and not in like the high, like that, like, oh, that cough to get high way, but just like to genuinely cough because your lungs are having a hard time kind of way. I'm not used to that. And and this happened to me last year. There was actually a pillow right under here. And for those of you that don't know, I'm in like a 20-foot trailer. It's super, super tiny. You are in my living room, and my bedroom, and my everything room. It is super tiny. And anyway, so what happens is that these walls get moist. And so what happened is that I had this pillow, excuse me, underneath my bed couch here. I had no idea it had gotten wet and super, super, super moldy right underneath me. I got really sick. And once I was guided to find it, and I moved and I got it out of here, and I cleaned up around that, I got better almost instantly. Like instantly. It was really incredible. The change in my health status from one day to the next after I found that pillow that was festering with really, really bad mold right there under where I sit and sleep. Literally put my head to sleep. There was this nasty, like right underneath my bed. So anyway, there's many parts, and I just found more yesterday and another part. So basically what happened is at some point last year, I can't remember when, there was a shift, and the back half of the trailer moved, and you can see the cracks. And ever since that happened, when it rains, you can literally see the rain pouring in. like the frame of the door, and like, so you can imagine, and basically right when I moved in, there was mold underneath the sink already. But now because of that crack, oh yeah, and because my son punched in the glass window that used to be solid, he literally punched it in. It's this big gaping hole that just has like wood drilled on top of it. So it's like open. So needless to say, some moisture gets in here. More than what's normal. And I found another, like a hole where it's literally dripping back here. I found this like puddle of mold. It's bad. You know that like backing to a dresser, that's full of mold because it's up against the wall when it gets really wet. I could go on and on and on. Anyway, I'm going to stop. But this is why it may sound like this. I'm a really upfront, honest person about me and my life and my circumstances at any given point, because that's who and what I am. I'm no bullshit. I don't lie. I don't make things up. I literally can't hang with it energetically. I need to check this text. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. I am talking to Angel's, one of Angel's dads. Okay. So Dakota is still in the hospital after his appendectomy. Appendectomy. And Chris, his dad, just got home a little bit ago after a pretty gnarly ride up the hill, because it is super, 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 super foggy out. Like, I can barely see the trees. It is so foggy out, which is perfect for a portal, right? Think about it. Think about that. Think about your weather today, and how maybe that was, what the sky may have looked like, what your, we always have pretty intense weather one way or another on portal days. In the winter, they'll be extra windy, snowy, rainy, cold. In the southern hemispheres, they'll be extra hot. Feel free to check my work if you're so inclined. But it is true. So it is 3:03. It is 8:17 here in the Pacific. We have 3 people, 2 likes, a little imbalanced, but you'll get with it. Who do we have in the house? Hey. Yes, let's do a card for you, hon. You have a mirror facing down under your bed. Ooh, interesting. Love to see a picture of that. Eucalyptus essential oil helps with mold. Oh my God, honey, I would literally have to submerge this trailer into eucalyptus oil. Somebody goes, bleach kills that. I'm like, I can't handle bleach. Like, who and what I am. Not really. You sort of do, but you have no concept of what that might mean for me to be like soaked in bleach everywhere in my environment. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, bleach. And people don't quite understand when I tell them what the situation is here. I think people, I don't mean to like, embellish anything in any way, but I think that somebody other than me under these circumstances would have been, pretty sick a while ago, to be honest with you. And I'm just like hanging in there because I'm me, I guess. I don't know. Haven't died from black mold yet. Although feeling it a little bit, having a hard time taking dabs suddenly in these last couple days. That's no coincidence. Talk about getting to a portal and having to deal with this situation. Let's just take this example and then I'll get you a card. Here I am. Here I am where I live is making me sick, literally. And something's gonna have to change. That's the perfect question mark theme, timeline shift and change, squeezing you out of where you no longer resonate like I've ever seen. Are we following, family? Can we see this in real time here in my own life? Take it, use it for your own. We need to see the bigger picture and things here. I can't be like, oh, it's mold and blah, 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 blah. I need to see like, why is there mold in here? What is this? What is the, the purpose of this situation? I've already said, I don't want to move from one place in this trailer park to another place in this trailer park. I've already said that. Because another one of these is just going to have the exact same problem. All of them do, period. And I need to move away from this trailer park, period. So I'm not exactly sure how this is all going to play out, but I know that I cannot live in this moldy trailer much longer. So I've got to put my little curtain here up, and then I'm going to be pulling cards for you people. If you can all get into a nice comfy position, turn off any televisions or radios or stereos with sounds and music that is distracting. Feel free to light a candle and bring in your spirit tribe. I apologize for my hoarse voice. As most of you know, I usually sound very angelic. I have a really nice voice. It's in there. Except for my throat is on fire right now. Raise your hand if you would like me to give you a reading tonight, if I haven't already done so. So that would give, how many people are here? 3? 2 possible people. Oh, I want to take a picture of these because Willow, you got really rad cards. Willow got Justice. One of my favorite cards. It is the number 8 card. There's balance. There's movement. There's definite sense of purpose and Strength. So that is justice. So Willow got justice. Willow got the star. The high priestess. And the hermit. All four from the major arcana. Jophiel, Haniel, Raziel, and Raguel, respectively. Have you been, I'm kind of circling back. I'm getting some information here. My dear Willow, are you still here? Yes, you are. I think you are. Willow, have you been journaling? Taking notes, that sort of thing? You're so funny. She cracks me up. What do you say? How's that working for you? Lots of mental notes, she says. I think I got them all. How's that working for you? But are you like remembering? Basically, what I'm being told to tell you is to take written notes in a calendar of some sort, like a planner or a journal, or at least like, you know, definitely put the dates down. Because it helps to connect the dots and to see patterns. Also doing more free writing is being prescribed. So those two things, along with what we talked about before. Okie dokie pokey. Yes? Happy? Oh, I just love you. You're welcome for the meds. You have been prescribed. Alrighty, next. So once again, the options. Okay. So I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you Shiny because you won't tell me your name. And that's really long. So Shiny, you're up. Batter up. Now. Ooh. You are being spoken to by Morgan Le Fay. And that is the Dragon Fae goddess of healing. And our Willow is very connected also to Morgan Le Fay. She gets very excited. Don't you, Willow? When you see Morgan Le Fay. So she just popped out when I was, yeah, see? So she just popped out when I was shuffling. So saying hello, hello, hello. So let's take her in for a moment. I will turn this down. So we have the big full moon behind her. We have these two dragons here that are with her and work with her. We have, do you believe that is that's a crystal, I think that's in her hand. I have to find my glasses. My glasses are really bothering me. I'm also doing this thing keeps happening with each cycle is there's a period of time that kind of waxes and wanes where my vision is not okay with my glasses on or off. Plus, I get glare and it bothers me, but for the most part, it's this other thing where it's just not right either way. Oh no, it's kind of like herbs, medicinal stuff, but also in the realm of crystals, just like homeopathic healing, earthly type healing stuff. But that is like it's a jar that she's holding. So representing herbalism or, you know, that sort of shamanism and using herbs and the earth, Gaia, for healing. And there is definitely a lot of fire and passion. You can see also her intent, her energy, her warrior spirit, her confidence. Like, does she come across to you as anybody who would take any shit whatsoever? Or to even give pause to that kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like, does she come across as anybody to fuck with in any way, shape, or form? Like, she is hardcore. And she is Morgan Le Fay, the goddess of the Dragon Fae goddess of healing. Yeah. You're kind of woman, right? Like your twin. Awesome. She's like, no. Yeah, absolutely not. We are not messing with her. She's the type where those who would normally mess with others just get out of her way and don't even look in her direction, because it's like if that one was to find me out, it would be the wrath of all of them combined that I've ever had a hand in making unhealthy. You know what I mean? Definitely not somebody to victimize, not somebody to abuse, but somebody to not take seriously. She's everything you're not, like your twin. Yeah, well, maybe. She's also like super duper sexy, is she not? But she's like covered up. She's not like, not that there's anything wrong with Xena Warrior Princess either, but she's still super sexy. Really driving home the point that you don't need to be, you know, exposed physically to show your passion and your feminine, you know, right, or masculine sexy side. It's not about that. Because even though, you know, we're all here on a spiritual level, it would be a real disservice not to pretend that we're not, you know, humans and, you know, sexual beings and all that stuff. So anyway, Morgan Le Fay, here she is making an appearance, popping out of the Dragon Fate Oracle. So we're just going to what I'm being told is with what we know about you, Shiny, is and what you've already told us a bit of how you feel, that some healing is definitely in order. And with this portal, it's really time to start addressing that in a really serious way. Like, enough is enough already. And I'm not just speaking to you, Shiny. A lot of people are going to resonate with this who watch this. But she doesn't do all of this and make herself present to be ignored. Like we've already established, is she somebody to ignore? No. And then so, what are you going to do about it? Is really like the question. So for now, we are going to just set her to the side so we can all start feeling the energy of Morgan Le Fay and really what she represents with her and her Dragon Fae. About healing on a very deep level, getting in touch, getting real, getting truthful, wanting to connect in a more spiritual way. By doing so, you are healing. You can't ascend and not change at the same time. You can't transmute energy and become of a higher vibe and frequency if you don't change and transmute the dense negative energies that are in a different vibration. You can't, we've already established, you can't have light and dark in the same space. You can have them adjacent, but adjacent isn't the same thing exactly now, is it? So yeah, so her overall theme, but for us all, okay, not to single anybody out, but her overall theme for coming out right here and right now is to be more present in our own and more intentional, and to make it a higher priority to do our healing, because that's how we go forward. It has been said, and it'll be said forever and ever, that you cannot help others until you help yourself. So it is really important to get as balanced and as healthy as you can. And we all know when we're like, okay, it's, it's time to make changes. So, well, okay, Karen. Well, okay, so Shiny is saying that his heart hurts, and he's specifically talking about his twin and how she's hurt him in past lives. Well, you just aren't seeing the full picture, and you're not doing what I call, which is being in love with your story. So your fear is making you focus on past hurts and traumas and focusing on past lives in which you had to experience these dualistic exchanges, but you're not seeing the full story of your entanglement. Let's put your divine entanglement. This is a term that has come up before, and it's coming up again. So we have these divine entanglements, which, depending on which way you look at them, cast shadow and light in different ways, do they not? So depending on how you choose to see these past situations is up to you. But typically, if we are focused on the hurt and the pain and being in that disconnected, safe zone, it's because we aren't in love with the story. And if we're not in love with the story, it's because we're not seeing the entire story from a satellite perspective in order to see how it's connected in a very divine way. And there really is no pain, only love. Hmm? Hmm. So it's just a matter of time, wouldn't you say? Not if, but when. No, but I'm talking more about like this lifetime. Right. So you're just in the space of clearing space, making space, getting rid of the fear aspects that keep us from integrating with our other either soulmates or twin flames, if that's who we have, if that's like what's going on with us. And there's also a sense of pressure that a lot of people have, and so that'll send you into a state of fear, which can really be difficult to navigate, to trust, basically. Because when you're in a vibration of fear, it's especially difficult to trust, wouldn't you say? That's when you're at your most defensive. So it's going to be extra difficult to trust. right? Well, if and when you are ready, you will get your time. You know, when that time is right for you. You just, would you say that she's the same as you, super like fearful of this union? Or is she more like open to it? You know what I mean? Or is she like, what's she about? I get it. You're into her. Strong. Uh-huh. Right. So strong with wisdom and light. Like Mary. That's a really good one. Have you ever done that mantra before, Shiny? Willow just put, I release all attachments on all dimensions across all of space and time that are preventing me from reaching my highest potential. My highest potential reality for this, or for the I am that I am. Yeah, that's a really, really good one. But you have to really fully kind of believe that top to bottom. For that mantra to really, really work. Okay, so basically it sounds to me, Shiny, like you know what's up. We've kind of like, when it comes to all of this, you kind of know where you're at and where you're going and what's happening. You're just in the throes of it. So I am hearing that it would be really good for you to do more meditation. Some form of artistic expression. So whether that be writing or doing poetry, writing poetry, painting, anything like this. Like even coloring, drawing up pictures and coloring them in with pencil or even crayon, marker, whatever. Something like that. And then definitely seeking energy healing, because you have a lot that needs to be transmuted, and it would be good to just get help with that. Hi, Eleni. Is that how you, am I doing that right? Am I saying that right? Eleni. Oh, thank you. Eleni. That's really pretty. Celeste. Eleni. Nothing to be sorry about, honey. Yeah. So, we can talk further about doing a healing. I can help you with all this stuff. And now would be a really, really good time as we're going through this portal. We do have the new moon in a couple of days. I would really be thinking about manifesting, just releasing. To do a mantra like the one that Willow put up is really great, along with energy clearing and healing, like I do. Okay, sweetie. Evil is trying to stop us from saving the world. Duh. That's so true, Captain Obvious. Sorry. Eleni, yes, I do card readings. I'm psychic. I'm kind of top to bottom. You're all around. We already won. That is true. We do have to go through the motions, but the light, we already know, does win. So, kind of spoiler alert. If anybody is in question, spoiler alert, the light side wins. We already know that, or else we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. Duh. However, we do have to go through the motions, right? So let's see who is next in line. I believe we have Karen. Karen, you still with us, honey? Who's all in the house? How many people do we have here? 3 people. Karen, are you still here? My lovey-dovey. I'm getting a little chilly willy. Hi, lovey. Thank you for being so patient. The key is to great. My inner child's got the keys. Yes. I love it. Love it. It's check and check. Yes and yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. All righty. My dear, beautiful soul sister, Karen, just letting you know, someday I'm going to rape your face with kisses. Hopefully sooner than later. It's going to be a love fest of epic proportion. I cannot wait. All righty. So, my dear, we are moving on to you, sweet, sweet child. Do me a favor. Let's open up your energy field and channel. Are you feeling tingly? You feel me? Feeling my vibes, sister? Take a nice deep breath. Hello. So feel that vibration up on top of your head. We're going to connect energetically. Hello, hello. Connecting to our spirit tribe, one and all, and yours directly, my dear sister, Karen. Connecting energetically, feeling the vibes. So the floor is open to you, my beautiful. We have the We have the Archangel Oracle, the Angels of Abundance, the Angel Tarot that we're using as Oracle, and the Dragon Fae Oracle. Which would you like? Hello, hello. Heriberto Jose, hola. Welcome. We are doing a reading for Love Cats right now. Her name is Karen. Dragon Fae. I knew you were going to say that. Dragon Fae Oracle for Miss Karen. I swear I did. Ooh. Oh, that's, wait a second. Okay, that is really weird. I'm going to put these back because that was really weird. There are 3 cards from our last reading that were turned up, but I hadn't seen that before when I was, it was the Blue Lady, the Dragon Fae Goddess Tia met, I'm spacing on the other one right now, but anyway, so I didn't want to, that was weird. So here we are. We are with Karen. We are tapping in with her Dragon Fae. For those of you who are new to the Dragon Fae Oracle or the Dragon Fae in general, they are of angelic origin. They work with angelics. They are kind of just a different faction, if you will. They are working with Gaia and humanity and us light warriors on a much more real and energetic, and the veils have thinned extensively at this point. So a lot of people are coming into the realization, the connections and working and being, there it is again. What's going on right now? Wow, weird. Hold on, guys. Okay. Hold on. Okay. That's weird. So Dragon Fae. Dragon Fae, and I've been working and connected with the Dragon Fae for a few years now. And through our meditations, we have come to be more and more connected with that angelic realm, and they are on and upon and within Gaia and connecting the realms and working with us in guiding and guarding us, healing and helping us, and being able to more than they have ever before. So a lot of us have these really, really intense connections with them. Here we go. Hideki's door. A knock on the door. So Hideki's door. Oh, gosh. I have a hard time holding on to these. They're so tingly. Oh, I love this card. Okay. I can't. A brilliant solution is on its way. Okay, so this is Queen Onag. Isn't she so pretty? A brilliant solution is on its way. And the Dawn Watcher. Bells will ring. I love this card. Okay. Yeah, Inner Earth being definitely one of them. Hi, kitty. Okay, now I'm getting warm. I'm working with the Dragon Fae. Here we go. My heater was on and I'm wearing the sweater and we start pulling out Dragon Fae Oracle. I don't stand a chance over here. Seriously. Alrighty. Feeling that tingle. Hideki's Door. I gotta get my glasses on. And we're gonna read Hideki's Door, a knock on the door. And this is card number, guess what? Pretty sure that says 33. Hideki's Door. Door, portal, gate, card number 33. 3 people, 3 likes, exactly at 9 o'clock. That is 3 threes. Threes are also Jesus. And it is 3-3. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Yep, yep. Any other threes? We also got card number 31, the Dawn Watcher, and card number 10, Queen Onag. So we're going to start with card number 33. If I could get there. On page number 125, a knock on the door. Hideki speaks. I know you wish to reach out and yet you hold back. I know you feel drawn to knock on this door and to see whether it will be answered this time, and yet you fear so much. You fear that it will not be answered, that the answer or the face that appears beyond the door will not be to your liking, that if you enter, you may never return. I cannot put your fears to rest, for only you can do that. But I can tell you what I see. I see a spirit whose flame has flickered low, whose light is in danger of going out if it does not take the next step. For years you have passed this door, and many times you have found yourself here. You may even have knocked at the door only to flee like a terrified child before the door was opened to you. I say to you now, it is time. Reach out, knock at the door, and let what will be. About Hideki. Hideki is a powerful wee dragon fae, that means really tiny, who dwells much of the time in the east. With the fear of dragons that was prevalent so much in the West, he stayed away, servicing those who respect what he brought with him, the possibility of new beginnings and of chance taken and delight found. Now the times are changing, and at last Hideki can spread his beautiful doorways open between worlds into the West and even beyond. These doors are between seasons, between worlds, between night and day, and are of transitions and chances. He now wishes to bring you the chance for good fortune brought through brand new opportunities. Divinatory meaning of Hideki's Door, card number 33. Nervous about a new chance, feeling as though your comfort zone is far better than the unknown, longing to travel and to change, yet unwilling to do anything about it, procrastinations and old habits keeping you from reaching out and accepting what is being offered. You are ready. It is simply nerves that are holding you back, conditioned fears and internalized voices from the past. Reach out, take a hold of the handle, and be ready for the wonder of the unknown that lies beyond the door. The doors of perception are about to change forever. Working with Hideki, working with astral travel, moving between dimensions, changing jobs, careers, applying for new positions, reaching out for new friendships, going out of your comfort zone, and exploring what lies beyond where you have never ventured before. Get ready for wonderful new opportunities. Yes, tests and challenges, but how wondrous, adventurous, and exciting life is about to become. You have nothing to fear except fear freezing your hand again. This time, knock on the door. Hideki will be with you and knows that you are about to enter a magical realm, utterly different to what you have been told and how you have imagined it to be. This is real magic. Oh, that's powerful. So what I'm hearing is being ready to do something different, but having that hard time to commit to maybe what that might be, what the right steps are. Hi, Kevin. So knowing sometimes when we're like right at the cusp of really, and I can say this for myself, when I started to really, and I know you have had this, because I know you, and I know you have had this really perceptive eye on what is referred to as the nether worlds, the other worlds, right? More than most people, you have been in belief of those realms and dimensions and beings and all of that. Then even you and I have had conversations, even more than me, like so I think sometimes for that reason, and even at the same time knowing that there's so much you don't know that you're still in search of, right? That can be overwhelming and it can hold you back. And this is really what Hideki is talking about. This is really what this truth that we've been talking about tonight, and I know you missed some of this, so you can go back and watch this, which sucks. But in the beginning, we talked about how there's this going into this new moon in this time in this portal right now, there's this time of empowerment, of kind of being done with the outer things that have taken our attentions away from what's going on inside, even though our internal compass is moving us forward and we're getting more knowledge and more understandings, and we're coming more into alignment with our true soul selves, and maybe getting closer and closer to figuring out what our missions are and what we're here for and all this good stuff, right? But we keep getting pulled outward. And this portal, this new moon time is about being able to look inside and getting truth and seeking that knowledge in a really open and real way, more than we have been able to do before, or to get better direction and stuff like this. Right. So this will happen. So she's saying, I have to knock on the door. Negative forces are surrounding me. Yeah. So what we've talked about before, we are in a spiritual war. Those of us who are light body warriors of the light are going to be actively pursued, to be stopped in all sorts of ways. And here's what I can tell you from very real personal experience. Okay? As scary and big as that door may seem that it is, for all that you don't know, and how vast and overwhelming that may be, once you decide that you want to know and be shown and to see and to seek that truth and to see the things that you feel, if you know what I mean. Not only are you given those things, but it comes with a sense of peace attached to it, a sense of wellness, a sense of care, a sense of belonging, a sense of constantly having that type of really intense support, where ironically enough, the fear really tends to nullify itself out, because what you gain is so much bigger and brighter, if you follow me. So what I can say from personal experience, that the fear is real. There's it's understandable to have that, to fear that unknown, because you know so much and you know how much you don't know. I get it. It's really valid. And you know what? It's necessary. It's kind of a check and balances for us light-bodied people to really, for the universe at large, for the gatekeepers. Let me explain this to you, okay? For them to know that you're worthy to have this door open for you, that you're not a power-seeking, money-hungry, controlling, you know what I'm saying? Manipulator. If we don't have our own checks and balances to, whoa, this is big, as we get deeper and deeper into our spiritual knowledge or university, however you want to put it, there are levels. There are these checks and balances, because not all people who get to the door are worthy to cross the threshold. Let me tell you this right here and now. And at no time is it more important than for us to be on a checks and balance type of basis than now. Because magic, as Hideki said, is real. And we know it's real. And we know how powerful energy can be. Look at how I connected to you so quickly. Imagine what I could do if I was of dark intent. If I haven't had my own checks and balances. You see what I'm saying? This is how you can feel with me that I'm like real and true, right? How it's happened before and all this stuff. So don't feel any shame or any kind of I shouldn't feel this, or I feel bad for feeling this, or being in fear, or anything like that, because it's necessary for us as light warriors to be on this checks and balance system, to be, if you're like, yeah, all egotistical about gimme the power and the knowledge and the this and the that, we know how energy can be used to harm or to heal, right? So this is there are reasons for this, all of this. So you're going to be pursued externally to keep you from the door. You're going to be pursued internally to keep you from the door. You're going to be checked by the gatekeepers to make sure you're worthy to cross the door. And all along you're tested, sister. Do you see what I'm saying? Does this all make sense? I know it does. So it's more of a celebration than anything. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready to be here. Do you feel ready to be here? I think you do. She says, thank you, Infiniti. Yeah, you know me. The spirit war is real. Yeah, I wish it wasn't, but it is. You're making a lot of sense. Good. So, but at the same time, could you sense from Hideki's vibe that he's not like kicking your ass about it? Like there's this major urgency to it. He's just saying, when you're ready to be at the door, know that I'm with you at the door. Like the door is ready and presented to you. You have reached the door. Congratulations. When you're ready, we'll go through this door together. At the same time, that's your next step. So there's no lateral move, there's no back move, there's forward move, and that's it. But you need to be energetically ready. You can't be energetically too tired for that sort of, crossing of the threshold. And it just takes, knowing and having the intention of this is what's next. So kind of like running a marathon, you gear up for that. So it's kind of like that. So there isn't like pushing you to do something before you're ready. It's pushing you to get ready to do that thing and then telling you that we're with you when you do that is really the message. Okay. When it comes to, yeah, exactly. I got to go through the door and be spiritually ready. Exactly. And again, I'm reminding you that with this card number 33, this day of being 33, the three presents, all of that stuff, I'm reminding you at this time that you do have, and you're validated, and definitely it is true, that your connection with Jesus is stronger than ever, and to continue to tap in to that divine sacred space that you guys have come to build together. And that's only going to lift you up and guide you and empower you further and further along your journey and to get to that door. And you don't have far to go. You really don't. So you're welcome. You are very welcome. Okay. And then, Queen Onog is a brilliant solution is on its way. You are so connected and the truth. Thank you, honey. Do I have time to do a love reading after? You mean like in private? Possibly, depending on what time we end. I am getting kind of tired, actually. So if not today, then tomorrow. If that's what you meant. So a brilliant solution is on its way. So to really, Karen, and for anybody else that Karen's reading here resonates with Hideki's Door, with Queen Onog, with a brilliant solution is on its way. And if you look here at this beautiful imagery, so she's lit up with her third eye. She's lit up with her throat chakra. She's also has this butterfly imagery here with the butterfly with the throat chakra. And that meaning metamorphosis. So similar to what we've been talking about, metamorphosis, changing, evolving, getting yourself to the door, that sort of thing. In this situation, with this imagery and what she's showing me to convey here is being really kind of similar to the message for Willow in the sense of speaking your truth. That's another theme for this month, for this portal, for this new moon, is speaking your truth. Unlocking more energy in this area. So specifically what I'm hearing is standing up for who you are, your beliefs, the direction that you need to go in, even if it means other people saying you're complete nutbags or what you're doing or where you want to go or what you want to do makes no sense, etc., etc. If they don't get it, there is a certain point in time where kind of like really none of it matters and there's just like a breaking off kind of situation. Does this make sense? Is this when you speak your truth, people trip with me in a negative way, but you don't care. Good. Yeah, well, okay, good. So new beginnings, yeah, definitely. They're about, yes. So they go hand in hand. So you see how these two work in conjunction. So, it's about going through the door, and then you have your new beginning. Kind of these work together. And then we have the Dawn Watcher with bells will ring. And what this means is you're not gonna, okay, so with the Dawn Watcher specifically, the Dragon Fae, who is the Dawn Watcher, is literally looking out as one of your guardians to either very literally ring bells to give you messages, and like if you've had aha moments or ideas or things have come to you, and then all of a sudden, ding, the wind chimes will go, or there's an actual ring or ding or something like that from somewhere. People think you're crazy, but you know the truth. Well, imagine what it's like for me. But is this resonating with you, this whole thing with the bells or the ding or the ringing or the chimes or anything like this, where you're like, oh, listen to that happened right then, that sort of thing? Like coincidentally or not, where you're like, I became aware of that a long time ago, where like things will ding and chime and ring, and even like sirens will happen. Like sirens on the road, one way, shape, or another, ambulance, fire truck, or police, like at very specific times. And I'm like, seriously? And I started like putting these things together. So yeah, so that is the Dawn Watcher, with talking about bells and things like this, sirens, bells, chimes. Either it could be from your phone, even dinging and ringing at certain specific times, to sirens, to wind chimes, to honks, to of cars, to sometimes even a cat or a dog making noises. The point is that you're paying attention. And the point is that the Dawn Watcher is paying attention. And that to pay attention to messages like that, and that you have the guardians like the Dawn Watcher that are looking out over the horizon, seeing like up extra early, feeling the energy around you, being able to see what's coming, being intuitive, all this sort of stuff. Being able to see that and get that brilliant idea or that brilliant solution to present itself, and see that new beginning start to materialize. All of these things really coincide together. Wow, I heard sirens today and geese flying and making noise. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, exactly like that. Huh. Yeah, you've mentioned the sirens before. So I just would pay attention to when you hear the sirens and what you're thinking about, what you're paying attention to. Sometimes it could be, don't like ding ding ding, you're paying attention to things that you shouldn't be paying attention to, or ding ding ding, you're on the right track. You just kind of have to have your own compass in these ways. But nevertheless, you're getting information. Okay, so that was Hideki's Door, Queen Unog, and the Dawn Watcher. I'm gonna go back here. I'm doing like little mini doing just basically these are readings for the portal, the 3/3 portal. They're general oracle readings. I have oracle cards that I'm using, the Dragon Fae Oracle, the Angels of Abundance, the Archangel Oracle, and the Angel Tarot cards that I'm using as oracle cards to give more general messages for this this portal. So love readings, no, but if your message involves that in some way, then that may come up. So it really depends on what your specific message is. So like for Shiny, it was about healing and love and twin flames or soulmates and that whole thing. And for Karen, it was something totally different. And same thing for Willow. So it just really depends on the person. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. All the time. All the time. All the time with the sirens, or with getting like auditory messages, you mean, Kevin? So with that said, dear, it's Eleni, right? Yeah, Eleni. I do believe you were next. And so what we're doing is, let me clear these Dragon Fae cards. So what we're doing is you get to choose one of the decks that I will pull from to get your message, whatever that may be. So, ooh, I have dark chocolate chips. They're awesome. Something is going on. Yeah, that's a great example when Ariel starts chiming in when he's been in bed all day. But when Ariel starts chiming in when I'm doing readings and stuff, it's sometimes it can be hard to hear me over him. So Eleni, are you still here? And
stand up to chronic migraine with Botox. What if you had fewer headaches and migraines a month? Botox prevents headaches and migraines before they even start. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox injections take about 15 minutes in your doctor's office and are covered by most insurance.
The effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing,
you guys hear this?
muscle weakness can be.
It's my, well, the video that I had on before ended, so I just played a new one, and there's the commercial in the before it on YouTube, and it's about Botox for migraine. And I swear, every time I see those commercials, I cannot help but think, first off, people are getting migraines because of their third eye and their energy systems are out of whack, or their third eye is trying to open up and it's causing this electrical reaction that is painful. And because their energy system isn't in alignment, this is how it's presenting. So the thought that people are getting injections of Botox in their head to stop this just makes me cringe, because, well, for obvious reasons, I guess. I don't need to explain it. I mean, it's... So anyway, I guess Eleni is gone. But what the... Oh, you mean with like the side effect stuff? I know. It's just like, is that what you're talking about? Whenever I hear the side effects of these drugs, it's just like, and then people just, yeah, sign me up. Like, do you applaud their optimism that none of that is going to happen to them? Or other shit that you don't know about, because we haven't been injecting people with Botox in their head for migraines for like hundreds of years to really know what that does to people? Whatever. People are great, but then people go, oh, you're pseudoscience with energy healing. That's crazy. No, but putting an injection of fucking poison in your head makes total sense. Okay. Whatever. Send love. What can you do? Okay. It's like, do you hear yourself? Like, sometimes you just want to go, do you hear yourself? But I'm the crazy one. When I say I can sit in my house and heal a person's cat and connect psychically, you're fucking insane. No, but taking all the drugs that people take is perfectly sane. Okay, whatever. Right? Okay, so I guess how would I suggest one tap into the abundance matrix? Oh goodness, what a good question. I love it. So the trick to the abundance matrix is to okay, let me get my thoughts straight here. The trick to the abundance matrix is to resonate in your highest possible frequency, tapping in as best as you can at any given point, being as open as you can to your highest self, to being as high frequency as possible, to be in a vibration of love, gratefulness, and radiating and reflecting out all of that, infinite abundance, knowing that, like we've talked about, knowing that you are already tapped into the abundance matrix, and you have the key to the door to the abundance matrix. It's just having faith that it's going to turn the lock. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. There's a certain level of awareness and of a kind of even a plateauing, but in a good way, of a high vibration, not just hitting there and coming down and hitting there and coming down, but staying there and being there and like living in that. Really is key. Opening up and acknowledging the different complexities of energies and tapping in as best as you can. Like you mentioned before, the key is to create. So we're talking about the key. Keep tapping into kind of like what we talked about with your reading. When you circle into that, not only creativity, not only spirituality, but spiritual creativity in that high vibe kind of way, that really affirms you into the abundance matrix more and more. And again, Jesus is the one who told us about it, who brought it to my attention there at the end of the year, right as we were transitioning to, into January 1st, and that portal was, that's when I did that big, long, whatever, New Year's meditation, yada, yada, yada. So, working actively with Jesus to take you to the abundance matrix as much as possible with your energy in astral, anchoring into the future and circling back in the wake physical state is probably the best surefire method I could possibly think of. Does that make sense? I mean, I can explain that out, but the process of that, if anybody likes and doesn't quite follow with that example, I could get into further detail if you would like. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. You got it? Or you want more info? Which, yes. I kind of asked 2 questions, sorry. I think you understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. Anybody else have any questions for me? And did anybody else, I think, so I guess she left because I haven't heard from her in forever, since I wasn't going to specifically do a love reading, I suppose. Is Kevin still here? Kevin, did you want to churn, honey? my goodness. You guys are badass on that. What time is it? Almost, it's 9:43. We had 4 people, 3 likes at 9:43. Seriously? 1 hour 34. What's with these 3s and 4s? Seriously, it was 1 hour 34 minutes, 4 people, 3 likes at 9:43. One, two, what is with these? There's a lot of 4s and 3s. And okay, so 4s are angels, 3 is Jesus. We're just talking about Jesus. Also, I get, okay, so they're saying angels, people need to tap in and work with their angelics more across the board. So if you've been seeing a lot of 4s, 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 repeating 4s, tomorrow's a 4 day. So, it's 9:44 right now. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot of 4s coming up, to remind us as a collective to tap in with our guardian angels, more specifically, to really start working with who your angelics are to help you with that abundance. So sorry, didn't mention them specifically. They want me to. They're like, shame on you. You're an angelic and you didn't do that. I don't know. I just kind of assume people are doing this, and I guess I shouldn't. People really need to work with their angelics more. I know, right? I'm just shameful. I need to, you know what I mean? Like, it's just whatever. I'm not going to explain myself. So, there's a perfect example of paying attention to numbers and then going, what's that about? And then waiting for the answer, hearing the answer, and acting upon the answer and getting the message. So there you go. You saw that all happen in really real time. It's kind of how my life is on a moment-to-moment basis. Oh, that's curious. What's the... Oh, now I know. Oh, to be in my head. I really resonate with that emoji. That's all. You know what I'm talking about? I really resonate with that emoji. If it had a halo, it'd be... I should draw it. Okay, I'm glad you always ask your angelics for help. I talk about my brothers and sisters. I talk to my angelics like almost as frequently as I talk to myself. I have such a close, intense relationship that I almost tend to downplay it. I almost tend to not talk about it too much, or kind of, I don't know what my deal is. So they have to remind me, yo, because it's so second nature to me now. I mean, I work with all the angel cards. I mean, to me, it's just kind of obvious, at this point. You have a very big team. Yeah. Huge. Our teams are so big. It's kind of mind-blowing. That's when they talk to me. I am on your team. And yes, Karen, for sure. That's when, that's when they talk to me. That's when they're like, I mean, we talk all the time. I'm in constant dialogue, but then in that space, in the hot shower is really when it's like conference time. So the rest of the time we're like, doing our work, going about our day, priorities shifting and changing, who knows what's going on. And then there's conference time. Yeah. And when you get into that practice, your information, your guidance, your help is stronger and clearer, and you really kind of leave there with a sense of what to do, as long as you don't forget, because that can be kind of it's its own portal, it's its own kind of vacuum space. A lot of times this is why I do audio recordings while I'm in the shower, whether or not I'm channeling, because it's just hard to get back there once you leave. So I do recommend doing audio recordings sometimes to help remember what your messages and advice is that they're giving you. You learned a lot about hot showers. Yeah, hot showers are great. They clean you up energetically. They literally burn off negative energy. They're just super therapeutic for you physically. And they really open you up to spiritual connections. So we just tend to shy away from that because we're sensitive physically. So the hot water is something that we have to kind of get a bit desensitized to. So it just takes practice. Himalayan salt is awesome. I would just love a bath. I want a bath. Yeah. Yep. Hot shower, sitting in hot springs, hot water, any of that, goodness. It's really, excuse me, really good for you on different levels. Okay. So is Kevin gone? Who's here? We have 3 people here. If that is all and we've worked with everybody, then I'm gonna get going. If anybody doesn't have any more, nobody, whatever. See, I'm getting tired. And I need to put food out for the cats that the neighbor left, basically, for Gilbert and Blackie. I really got to tap in and figure out if Mama's even here anymore. But anyway, it's either 2 or 3 cats, and then there's another stray. Anyway, they were left, and I'm feeding them until we can find them homes. So you're welcome. Thank you about my mold issue. Yeah, that needs to I need to figure out what's happening here with that. So I appreciate that. Hello, Linda. How are you? Welcome. You're welcome, Willow. I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, so you can be my last person since you just popped in. We're an hour and 44 minutes in. 44 minutes, 44 seconds So let me explain to you what I'm doing. I'm not doing personal like love readings. What I'm doing is an oracle reading for the 3/3 portal. And that would be just being open to seeing what you may get with that. But I'm not doing like any like answering like love reading type questions, if that makes sense. Thank you, honey. Okay, so great. So let me tell you what your choices are. So I have, what I'll do is either pull cards and we can get messages in different ways. It actually goes like this. This is the Angels of Abundance. The Archangel Oracle. Whoops, upside down. Archangel Oracle. This is an Angel Tarot, but I'm using it right now as an oracle. And then the Dragon Fae Oracle. And so I use one of these decks and I shuffle, and then we get messages for you, depending on what comes up. So which deck would you like to hear from? Which angel one? I have 3 angel ones. This one? Okay. So Linda, what I'd like you to do at this time is just close your eyes and decide that you want to get divine information from me, Infinity, as your guide at this time for this 3/3 portal going through. The next big bump will be the new moon. So this is to give you information on your journey for the month and the portal of 3/3 and going forward. Just be really intentional about that. We're bringing in your spirit tribe, your spirit guide. We're going to be using the Angel Tarot as Angel Oracle. Are you feeling tingly, Linda? I want to make sure that we're connecting. You feeling any kind of difference in vibration in your atmosphere, in the temperature within your body, any kind of tingling sensations, anything like this? Are you there? Okay. So you feeling that connecting energetically? Hopefully, if you are on a laptop or on a mobile device, you might want to put it down, because if it starts getting glitchy, it's because you're getting extra crispy. We're really connecting. So I don't touch it. That should help. Same goes for everybody, really. Okay. we are going to... I'm putting this back. That was weird. These cards are really big. It's just a really... I have really big hands, but this deck is huge. So it can be difficult to shuffle. Nice deep breaths for me, Linda. Feeling any tightness in your chest, just kind of breathe into that. Or runny nose or sneezing. Okay. We have the Page of Fire. Sneezing. Okay, so just go with it. Sneeze. It's your third eye kind of loosening up as we're connecting with you on an energetic level. It's activating your third eye, your pineal gland. It's causing you to sneeze. So it's something that happens as we connect. So you got the Page of Fire. And these cards are cool because it gives us a little bit of a general reading there. It says outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. That's fun. I love the Page of Fire and whoa, and my butterfingers. Hi, Kelly. My love bug. The Nine of Earth. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. I'm also hearing very specifically spending more time in nature, being guided to nature, meditating in nature. Either you've done this, you are kind of like, okay, when can I get back to this with this weather kind of business? Kind of keeping me from that. If you've done it in the past, or if it's something that you're kind of longing to do. Or if this is a new concept for you and you're looking forward to doing it sometime soon. That's also coming to me. You're wanting to? Okay. Yeah. And that I would definitely plan your space or get really intentional about kind of building your space and where that's going to be when you do that. I'm hearing that you may have a space in mind, or that you have space available to you to do this. So not necessarily like you have to travel or go someplace elsewhere. Is that right? Okay, cool. So start mentally planning what that's going to look like, meaning the flowers you're going to plant. I'm seeing this what's that stuff called? What you put ivy on? Can't even think right now. You know what I'm talking about? Trussels. Have you been thinking about that? Really start kind of mapping out this space ahead of time, so you may not be able to get to it yet, but you can start planning what you want your space to look like. What your flowers are going to look like, what your seating area is going to look like. Start collecting your, rocks or your crystals for the space. I'm seeing some kind of like curtain thing. So start looking into what may work as some type of curtain that you may need. If that's making sense, and what's going to work for you outside. It may just be designing something for your, like on your own, to like maybe some kind of shade cloth, because once we get to like spring and summer, where you're thinking of being is a great spot, but it might get like really hot, and you don't want to be kind of unable to use that space during certain times of the day. So you kind of have to plan ahead to where you're going to be at certain times, so you can have this kind of curtain or shade cloth up to help you, so you can enjoy that space through the spring and the summer. Holy moly. Okay, there's you live in Florida, hot in the summertime. Okay, so just start kind of planning this space. So you have this space that you can use, but you need to set it up so you're not kind of driven out of there during these times. Maybe set up misters, stuff like this. Well, it's cool misters, you know what I mean? Like, not, because obviously it's going to be humid, so you don't need like, so something cool if that's the if that makes sense. Okay, and then back to this page of fire. Okay, hold on for me 1 second. I need to put my glasses on. Okay. Do you travel for work? Like on an often kind of basis? Like, do you feel a bit uprooted too often? Is something like this to this effect? Oh, you don't work. Okay. What is this? Okay. I'm getting this like, I don't know why it feels like work, or this like far away feeling. There's something about having this like far away feeling, being further away from home or home base, even though we just got done talking about how you have this space, there's also this feeling of being kind of far away from home base. Or maybe this is more on a spiritual level. Do you consider yourself a starseed? Hey there, thank you. Hi, Jasmine. Nice to meet you. Or are you waking up from dream state, kind of feeling a far away, or a longing, or a how do we put it? Like a missing type of thing. This is kind of the feelings that I'm getting here. Why I keep on being shown this. I'm trying to pinpoint it a little bit here. Because to be honest, there's an aspect of this card that I'm being shown that I haven't even really paid attention to before, which is really interesting. Excuse me. Are you there? Here. Okay. So this missing, I'm getting this, so this like, is it kind of like every so often there's this like, there it is kind of thing where that reminds you of what that is or what that was or what that should be with certain people? It's kind of like there's those moments, those little pieces that remind me, because that's the, I kind of get this bouncing back and forth kind of thing. And with that said, having this feeling that that's going to change, that this kind of into realities is going to have the page turn. We're going to turn the page on that. I'm going to get another card now that we've established that. Okay, so not only the people, your family, maybe who you're around, but also this other person. And has there been a little bit of communication? Queen of Earth. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Queen of Earth, thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Are you a no communication with that? Okay. The Chariot. Are you a creative person, Linda? I see a lot of color around you. They're showing me just like a lot of color, a lot of. Hi. Here's some cute. You're what? Okay. So they're showing me just super diet, like, yes, in the business world. Creative in the business world? But you're not working currently. So do you feel a bit cut off to this? This creative side of yours? Right. So have you been feeling a pull creatively? Or at the very least, aware, like you're talking about, you feel cut off, like aware of that disconnection, but more so than you have in the past. Like it's always kind of been there, but now it's like there is a void. And it is specific to this. We're not talking about family stuff, but we're talking about this very dynamic, colorful energy around you. Because, yeah. So basically what I'm being shown with this whole kind of view that we're looking at with what we've been given here, I'm going through that hard time regulating my temperature, like I talked about earlier. Do you feel a bit stuck in the middle? What I'm seeing is kind of, how do I put this? Like I'm seeing like split, like attentions this way and attention that way, and being like in the middle, going back and forth and having a hard time being like there, like right here kind of thing. But at the same time, having this pull to get to like really figure that out. Right. Right. Okay. Right. Good. Good. Well, that's progress. I'm definitely seeing you in that space. And here you can really see. Now look at the imagery here, because this is how I'm shown this. And I want you to see how, if we're looking at these two images, oh, we're supposed to be like this. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. How you see how the dragon's looking this way. The page of fire is right here. These are really, so you see, here's the page of fire. Her Her focus is going here. Here's another, here's like, I believe a golden dragon. And then her dragon's off looking this way. And then in this picture, we have the queen focusing this way. So they're very similar. We have this imagery, a lot of energy, a lot of dynamic energy going in this direction. And then we have the page of fire, and then we have the queen of earth, both feminine, both very strong and dynamic, both of these elements, earth and fire. But her focus going this way, focus going this way and this way. And the way that I see it is you kind of bouncing in between these things and being in between. Focus this way, focus that way. Focus on more creativity, connecting with Gaia on a spiritual level, and that really resonating with you. But also I'm hearing distractions, people pulling you in a different direction, not sure what to let go of, what to pursue, this sort of stuff. This is your pull and your will. The Chariot is your pull and your will to figure it out. To not be passive, to not let these situations or these energies just kind of go on and linger, but more being in control of this in a really different way. So that pull being there, but also having that energy behind you to do that. I would say what I'm hearing is it's at its kind of peak level where you've been okay with kind of seeing things going and being more passive. There you go. So is your way more of I guess you could say of the either creative, spiritual, putting your time, effort, and energy into following that, like leaning really into that as you're being pulled and guided. Because that's what I'm being shown. I am giving free readings. They're about the portal. Yeah, okay. So basically what I'm being shown is that you are being empowered to go along your path that you're being shown, and what you're seeing, what you're feeling about what your path is. You're definitely I guess you could say you are definitely empowered to get on it with following your path, not the path other people may have set out for you. regardless of tradition, regardless of who's done what ahead of you or what they decided is the way it's to be. Now is really the time to get into alignment with healing those aspects of you that are in resonance with there being any kind of judgment or shame in you listening and following your own path. So there's a certain level of healing that needs to take place before you can get out of this bouncing back and forth between really where you are on a spiritual level and where you're being forced to go. This constant like bouncing is coming to an end. So yeah, so a lot good. Perfect. So be in hot pursuit of this path of healing. You came in a little late, but we pulled Morgan Le Fay from the Dragon Fae. She is the Dragon Fae goddess of healing, of learning and coming into the realization and the beautiful divine union of who you truly are on a spiritual level and really what you are here to do for your divine soul mission. So she came in at the top of our readings to offer us this kind of energy so we can get into alignment with really healing ourselves from any negative thought forms or attachments, whether self-imposed or imposed by others in this lifetime or any others that is keeping you from, holding back energetically. So she wants to introduce herself to you. Her name is Morgan Le Fay. Again, the Dragon Fae the Dragon Fae goddess of healing. As you can see in the background, she's got a big, beautiful moon. She's also lit up by divine light, working with the beautiful Dragon Fae with her there in the background. She also employs healing in different ways. So in all sorts of ways, energetically, medicinally, through crystals or herbs or oils, meditation, energetically, just like all that stuff. So you need to go as guided and really continue to go in a real push energetically with your momentum. Take real charge, take real control over where your energy is going as far as this is concerned. This is a really important time to get these things cleared out. And the answers to the questions about who the players are to be will sift themselves through, meaning romantically and familiarly, or in a familiar way, like with your family. Those things will just naturally take place as you follow your inner guidance to where you're supposed to be and really take charge in that and start to really speak your truth to yourself first and really come into an acceptance within yourself of what it is and who it is that you are is key. It is really step number one. It's kind of the same as like when people come out as being, like gay to their family. Well, first they have to come to the acceptance themselves, feel into that typically, for some people, get okay with it, and then make announcements to the world, and then live accordingly. It's not a whole lot different than that. So let me see if I'm getting anything else here. You feel that? Good. I'm glad, honey. Okay. And I'm also hearing financially, if there's been a kind of push-pull thing financially, like if you've gone through this situation where it's like having money, not having any money, having money, not having any money, something like that, or having things kind of shift around in a kind of financial way. Or not really knowing what to do with your money, where to put that money, anything like that. Be more or get aware that okay. Bad spender. Retail therapy. Yeah. Spontaneous spending. Does that resonate? I'm hearing retail therapy, spontaneous spending, not being frugal, not planning. Like I'm seeing more like, ooh, that's pretty and shiny. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to get that, instead of like saving your money and having that be towards something more substantial. Yeah. So part 2 to this, with the healing and the coming into alignment and all of this stuff, what will happen naturally is you kind of filling the void with these little poppers of joy or whatever, these little kind of like little treaty nuggets that are giving you these little spikes in happiness, as you've come to find out, don't last, don't really mean anything, and don't help you in the long run. This type of dysfunctional behavior, and I'm not judging you, okay? Just saying very plainly, this type of behavior that puts you in a feel of sometimes both abundance because you do have these things, but also lack because you don't have the money. So this pendulum swinging back and forth with this have it, don't have it, don't have it business will naturally rectify itself, and you'll be more in a state of this like center point of balance because you've already gone through this kind of healing and you're on the right trajectory. So you don't need to fill it with these little treaty nuggets that really don't get you much in the long run. Yeah. Yeah. So what you're being guided to do is to instead really take a good look at what that boils down to on a numbers, in a numbers kind of way, these are the numbers. What are the numbers? And then translate that into investing in your healing, whatever that may be. So that could be investing or being guided by crystals or oils or sessions of energy healing or spiritual guidance or going on retreats or, you know what I'm talking about? So shifting when you do have money, what you spend your money on as you going forward, that being part of your healing as well. Or light and coated clothing. Very true. You're so cute. So So you can actually, I'm an artist, and I draw, and my drawings are light encoded, and they are for sale on clothes as well. So you can buy light encoded clothing, or have light encoded artwork hanging on your walls that are forever giving you really an infinite amount of healing, positive energy. So it's really also choosing how you're healing, and not these like little nuggets of feeling good, but really looking and being more responsible for your own healing on a monetary level as well, because that'll help finance your healing going forward. So there you go. You're very, very welcome. I hope that helped. Okay, so believe that was all for you, my dear Linda. That was fun. Thank you. Thank you for opening up. Thank you for sharing with everybody. So I appreciate you. This doesn't work. It doesn't just work with me, obviously. You know, takes two to tango over here. Good. I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad you subscribed. Thank you. Good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, needs, yes. You find, for sure, what you need can really shift and change your priorities for what you need really changes. That has for me big time. And I believe that all of us light warriors have to go through a period, or a long period, or a shifting period, or an up and down period with this lack thing and not being good with money, because truly we have a hard time understanding the concept. Thank you for your subscription, Jasmine. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of us that are light-bodied people who have a really hard time with money. We all think that we're alone in that, and that we suck in that individually, and that everybody else is, better at it than we are. But the truth of the matter is most of us have a hard time with the concept of money. So we're innately not so great at it, not so great at having it, keeping it, using it, spending it, any of that stuff. But what is going to be more and more helpful is, as we go forward, in with the abundance matrix, really getting on that level spiritually, finding that the flow comes to us. And as we release the ideas in which they are to come to us, it frees us to receive it in all the different and wonderful ways that the universe can give it to us as well. So we tend to be very pigeonholed, very pinholed. Is that the term? I'm getting tired. In what we believe, or how we believe something can come to us, or come to fruition, or how things can happen, when it's a normal human thing to feel that way, or to just see this is the way. But the truth of the matter is that there's really infinite possibilities to the way. And we tend to just when we let go of that, like, we're freeing up the universe, our guides, our spirit tribe, our ascended masters, Jesus, Mother, Father, God, all of this that's in cahoots for us and our well-being. Because remember, they only want to give us what we want. They're only giving us the highest possible outcome in any way, as long as we're open to that. So therefore, once we get there, we can really start to get opened up. And once we start to see it manifest, to have faith and trust that it will, and to see it actually happen over and over and over again, just, it's kind of like this wave just opens up. So please know that there's so many other things that happen along that path of healing and alignment, and in the ways that we may feel that, I guess, that we could be better, or we're bad at something, or we're not good at something. And money is really a big theme in that for a lot of us. This is a topic of discussion I've been talking about a lot. The abundance matrix, being in abundance, having the abundance mindset, letting go of past financial traumas and setbacks, and holding back and setting up obstacles for ourselves that keep us from success or abundance. All of these checks and balances that come into play, we need to start arranging to work for us. And we can. We just have to actively pursue that. So anyway, so that's that. Okay, so we shall do one more with Miss Jasmine. I don't actually remember at what point you came in, so I will just reiterate. What we're doing is, excuse me. What we're doing is a oracle read. You learned good night, deep dreams. To you as well, sweetheart. May you wake up tomorrow with even more clarity. Yeah, so what we're gonna do, yeah, and I've been saying Jasmine. It's Yasmin, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sweet dreams. I like the deep dreams. I thought you meant that on purpose. I like that, deep dreams. I'm gonna wish you deep dreams. We always talk about, meeting an astral and having these wonderful astrals, but I also like the idea of deep dreams. Okay, so Yasmin, what we're doing is, oh, does she really? Oh, cute. Your mom calls you Jasmine. How funny. We're doing an oracle read, message from your spirit tribe, like you witnessed with Miss Linda. And we are using one of 4 decks to get your reading. So she wanted to use the Angel Tarot deck that I'm using as oracle. I also have the Angels of Abundance, the Archangel Oracle, and the Dragon Fate Oracle. So it's up to you what you would like to use. Angels of Abundance, you got it. Angels of Abundance it is. With Miss Yasmin. But her mom calls her Jasmine. Okay, so do me a favor, just take a nice deep breath, close your eyes. Just really intentionally open up your energy and your spirit tribe to connect with me to give you the messages that they have for you today. We're getting messages specifically for the 3-3 portal and going forward. Any messages that you are to receive, I'm here to give you. As messages from your spirit tribe, you have chosen the Angels of Abundance. And if you can just take a couple of deep breaths, feel the energy. Hopefully you feel, you're going to start feeling some tingling energy around your head, on top of your head, scalp area. Just feel into that energy and just let it kind of permeate down. And as we connect, I connect with your spirit tribe, one and all in one. Okay. So let me know how you're feeling. Do you feel any shift in vibrations in your field, any density, any warmth, any tingling on the top of your head kind of thing? Like maybe there's a hand just very nice and gently warming up the top of your head, sending tingles down. Feel any of that, my dear? Tingly scalp. Okay, perfect. So what you are experiencing is your spirit tribe, your angelic guides and guardians. They're around you nice and tight, putting their energy starting just right there at the top of your head. So you can feel those tingles as I connect with you and with them, so you know, and you can feel the vibrations that we are in light vibration and loving resonance with you and your body, and you're totally safe, and you can open up with us, and we're connecting now. Okay. So just a couple nice deep breaths all the way down, all the way up. Just feel it. Just let it warm you through and through. Okay. Let's see what we get. I love how should I put it? These there's a whole different vibe with the Angels of Abundance. First off, we're working really closely and tightly once again with Jesus. He is kind of the gatekeeper of the abundance matrix, and working really, really tightly and connected with the Angels of Abundance. So a good way to visualize that would be you in the middle. So like Jesus, angels, you in the middle, just kind of filtering through this type of energy, awareness, vibration. Okay. Mother, Father, God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of Mother, Father, God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So let me see what else I may got right here, right now. Are you a well, that's kind of a broad term, but do you work as a healer, or are you in pursuit of working like as a healer? Next one is sever vows of poverty. This is a really great card. This is something we all need to kind of do kind of repeatedly, because it's a certain kind of cord cutting. So Jasmine, or yes, I'm going to call you Jasmine because that's just what's coming out. So Jasmine. Okay. But what about going forward also? Because I'm really seeing that there's this thing with you and being a okay, cool. There's this thing with you being a healer, working as a healer, being in pursuit of that sort of thing. So I'm definitely, so that's totally in alignment with you being a medical assistant and being a part of the healing community. But in that, as a medical assistant and doing that, and I don't mean to downgrade that by any means, you're kind of the, as it says, assistant to the healer, right? So I'm seeing you more as the active healer. Have you thought about that? Pursued that? And has there been trepidation, fear about that? Okay. She says, I'm the family doctor. Everyone comes to me with their health problems. Really, you're retired now? Is that the story? I'm seeing otherwise. Keep telling yourself that. Oh goodness, that's funny. Okay, we're gonna probably circle back to that. Sever vows of poverty. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made consciously or unconsciously in any lifetime. As you do so, all effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. So this is really similar to that mantra that Willow put up a little bit ago. Jasmine says, I take care of my parents and their medical appointments, etc. Junya Bunya. Hello. Hey there. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to my divine sacred space. We are connecting currently with Yasmin, I'm calling her Jasmine like her mother does, and we're getting some information here. So this one right here, sever vows of poverty. So really, and this, like I said, is a really great, like we were talking about before, this whole kind of money thing. So we need to sever vows of poverty, sever the need to have these experiences of lack. Hi. So that's what this is. I'm going to keep going here. Whoopsie. Bountiful nature. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or a hike with your pet. Meditate between a tree, beneath a tree, garden. Sit under the stars or do some other type of activity to connect with the limitless vastness. Do you have a flower garden? Are you active with it? So I'm kind of seeing you getting really more into having, I guess you would say, a pretty decent flower garden, and that's starting in the spring and definitely through the summer. Also, do you go on walks? Do you have a dog that you walk? Do you take pictures? Another card here. Okay, and I'm being told that's it. This is the last card that we're getting. Obstacles and blocks are being lifted. All your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. No dog. Okay. So, are you into photography? It is great news. It's wonderful news. All right, so coming full, no, okay. Coming full circle. These two things here, these two cards here with sever vows of poverty and obstacles are being lifted. So these are really similar in what their intent are. So it's kind of like your part, our part. Does that make sense? So you need to actively sever ties of poverty, and then your blocks are going to be lifted. So this is showing you how this works. Well, yeah, taking pics with your phone, absolutely. Yeah, that's actually precisely what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like a big old rig with cameras and like thing like that. I'm just talking about like photography, like taking pictures when you go outside, when you go on walks with your phone, and maybe even have an Instagram that you really like, or, you know, whatever you like, taking pictures in nature of flowers and trees and stuff like that. Do you do that? That's what I'm talking about. I should have been more specific. Sorry. Okay. So let me ask you this. Just don't know how. Okay, there we go. Need to sever those ties. Just don't know how. Well, it basically takes a declaration that you are, excuse me. Woo. That you are severing any ties to poverty in this lifetime or past lifetimes that are keeping you from your divine soul mission. You are actively in pursuit of severing these ties and knowing that they do exist. See, the first thing when it comes to healing and clearing and any of this stuff is first knowing that there is a problem and then taking care of the problem in a spiritual, energetic way, not like other ways that don't help the problem. So really, truly, it just takes true intention to do that. And like I said at the top, it's something that we kind of tend to need to do not just once, but a few times, and really, really, hi, and really, here we go. And look at baby. It's baby. It's my baby. You know, sometimes we have to let a pot soak, you know, to really clean it. I don't know. It's kind of like the analogy that I'm seeing. Yeah, exactly. Because it isn't just a one and done thing, I wish. And those blocks kind of tend to come at us a little bit repeatedly in this existence. So we may need to revisit that mantra over and over again. I mean, if that wasn't the case, then all of us would be running around as millionaires right now. You know what I mean? Like, these are deep rooted, deeply ingrained. And for those of us that are service to other people, we kind of tend to naturally take a little, give a lot, live in a state of lack, live in a state of giving rather than receiving, being uncomfortable with receiving. I had to get to a certain point with myself and what I do. And I still don't charge nearly as much as some people do to do, I'm sorry, way less than what I offer. But I have I have reconciled what is fair to me, what is fair for what I do without giving it away with, you know, all of this stuff. So it does take some time. You know, money, abundance or lack thereof is like, you know, deep set rest sometimes that we just really need to get back to. Yeah, isn't she? She's my love. She's my love. That's my beats. I have 4 cats. She's the mom. Yeah. She's the what I call original sauce. She is the well, she's one of my soulmates. Definitely. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So anyway. Okay, I want to circle back with you. Hey, are you supposed to be doing that? You don't be not. Don't. Give me that look. I want to circle back with you. Thank you. She's yeah, look at her. She's better to look at than me, that's for sure. Huh. You gorgeous kitty. Love you. You're such a cook. Look at her. Such a ham. So Yasmin, I want to circle back to this healing thing with you. I'm sorry, I'm just being guided there. And I guess the most that I want to say about that is the message that I'm being given to tell you is that you need to start seeing yourself as an energy healer, a natural healer to people and animals. And then, it's kind of up to you what you want to do about that or how you may want to handle that. But for you to just kind of, I'm hearing, just think back. You say everybody comes to you and blah, 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 blah. But I mean not only on a giving advice or helping people in certain ways, but like literally healing as well. There's all sorts of different types of healing. But like I'm being shown in a very physical way, energetic way, putting your hands on people and animals and being able to help them transmute energy the way I can. How does that feel? You're so cute, baby. Yeah, so good. So yeah, just think about that. Think about your life. Think about your own maybe struggles with energy at times. Have you struggled with energy? Being tired? Headaches? Do you have a headache thing sometimes? Do you suffer from headaches or migraines? Tired a lot lately. What about throughout your life? Have you had episodes where maybe things could present or manifest with like either stomach. I'm seeing and feeling either stomach or headaches. No headaches. Okay, that's good. So tired. Does it feel kind of like a pressure keeping you down almost? And has this been something that has been a theme in your life, not just lately? Intestines. Okay. So your solar plexus. All right. Skittish, jumpy, like loud noises, startled, you're easily startled, jumpy, that sort of thing. Is that what that says? Oh, sluggish. Sorry. Sluggish. Okay. Skittish. I used to be super jumpy. Like if some like I would say I startle more easily than a chipmunk. I used to be like that, like big time. That was energy. So are you saying that through your life you've been sluggish? Like it's sometimes hard to have and maintain energy, like those 30 years that you were a medical assistant? Or are you saying that that's more just okay? Okay, so if you had something going on in your digestive system, in your intestines, and if that was an ongoing theme in your life, stomach issues, so whether you had as you were younger, you had issues with either it's feeling like more maybe constipation, but bouts of diarrhea, just overall kind of maybe even really kind of, well, I guess you could say the average or typical issues with irritable bowel or sensitive stomach. That sort of thing. I'm not sure what that procedure, how that might leave you afterwards or during that procedure recovery, but definitely, basically what I'm getting at here is the fact that oh, it's 11:11. Look at that. 11:11. Yes to all of the above. Okay. So something for you to be aware of and to understand is very similar to myself. 211. Yep. That's awesome. Oh, just have I really been at this for another 3 hours? You know, I did a feed before this for nearly 5. Not kidding. So yeah, I've been on here for a while today. I think I started at 3 p.m. I started at 3 p.m. today. I took like a 15-minute break around 7:15, and I guess I've been on for 3 hours. Okay, so real quick, something for you to kind of wrap your head around, and I know I'm throwing a lot at you, and but we've sliced and diced and dissected this situation. I'm giving you the information that you need to have from this point forward. So what this means, oh, that's okay. I was just, kind of, the numbers are always greater than what it feels like. I mean, I am tired, and you are my last read for the night, but I'm glad that we're connecting. So yeah, no worries. So basically what I'm being shown for you, my dear, is that you are a natural energy healer, that you have been transmuting energy for other people and animals throughout your life. And for the most part, where this has been channeling has been in your solar plexus. Also, I'm being shown right now, and like that you've had, sorry for the TMI. This is just how we roll here, but maybe kind of like not like reproductive issues, but like issues maybe with like your period or like heavy periods, this sort of thing. All of that has to do with your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, and really filtering in like a sponge. As a natural energy healer, we filter through energy for other people. So we absorb very much like a water filter would like filter through all the contaminants and all that. Our bodies do that for other people and things. So you're good. So what happens is our bodies will react to that, especially if we're unaware that we're doing this, which I think that you've been greatly unaware that you've been doing this on a natural level. And what that means is that it can be a real detriment to you in your own life when you don't know that you're doing this, like it was for me. So that will manifest physically in different ways. Now, you're going to becoming more and more okay, so now that this is coming to your attention, you're going to be able to look back on your life starting from a very young age and moving forward. And this will be a process as you go forward, because things will just start coming to you about animals, about people, about situations and circumstances, how you just naturally know what it is people need and how to fix them. You may have been told throughout your life that you are just this bright light shining and you make people feel better and blah, 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 blah. People come around you who feel like shit and leave feeling better, this whole thing. So you're going to be kind of doing this checks and balances and kind of thinking back. To how you've already been doing this, but unwittingly. And now is really a time where like the curtain's been lifted, like, oh wow, I've been doing this. Okay. Reconciling that with yourself and then going forward, really being able to, and there's no rush per se, but really thinking about tapping into that ability and working as a healer, working as an energy healer. And when I say working, I mean actively healing people on an intentional in an intentional way, learning how to do that. really what that's all about. Because you already are doing that. You were born a natural healer. You've been absorbing energy, and with that comes really learning how to stop absorbing energy, deflect it. In my first video, we talked about shielding and not so much the clearing part. We did more about the shielding. But there are shielding practices that you can do to help your energetic field. That's really important, especially if you are a natural healer, an empath, a physical empath to some degree. Like I would diagnose, if there's a diagnosis, if you want to call it that, diagnose you as an empath, a physical empath, and so there's different avenues to pursue as far as just learning more about who you are, and really how you want to use that and work with that going forward and what that might mean to you. So yeah. Any questions? What's up, Rosie? You're so silly. Hi. She's yeah, so it's about clearing your field, releasing energy, receiving energy, learning how to be a conduit of source energy. You see how this card says God is your source, and you see how she's touching the little lamb there. Is that a lamb or a sheep? I think it's a lamb. It's like that, like literally being the conduit of source energy coming through you and healing. Yeah. Yeah, you've been doing it your whole life. That's why I kind of laughed when you said you were retired. I'm like, yeah, no. Sorry, you don't get to retire. No such thing. I mean, there is, but there isn't. I mean, it's kind of like, when you are a thing, you can't retire from it. So it's just kind of like a little joke there. You don't get to retire. I'm never gonna retire. I don't get to do that. So there's just, a couple of things. It's a big deal. It's a lot to think about, but it's really about empowering you going forward, because I could tell you this right now. You're healthier than you think you are. You have more energy than you believe you do. And you're also able to manifest yeah, you're able to manifest. So once we release this energy and these blocks, you're going to be much more efficient in all of these ways. So, yeah, you don't get to retire. Oh, you're welcome. At 11:22, really? 1, 2, 3 on the third. Look at that. Wow. Look. You cannot go away. Go away. Don't be so bright. 1, 2, 3. Oh, not really went away. Jasmine says, this is fantastic. I'm so happy I was guided to you. Thank you, Spirit. You're very welcome. No accident there that you were guided here by your tribe to get these messages today to really help you out going forward. I want you to know that I really feel and understand that journey, because I was there in a really rough way physically myself, and had no idea what I was doing my whole life as a physical empath and a natural healer, and really have been guided to figure this out and to help other people figure it out too, because a lot of us have no idea who and what we really are, and we need each other to help each other figure that out. So your prescription would be learning more of what a physical empath is, learning more about energy healing, getting on board with healing and clearing yourself out. If you're interested in me helping you with that, I do healing sessions and I can help you with that. And the way I like to describe it is, when you don't know what you are, you do things in a very haphazard, best way that I can do my life sort of way and navigate each and every day. But when you do know what and who you are, you're way more empowered to do you at an optimal level, and nothing is really haphazard because it all means something and makes sense. Whereas a lot of our lives maybe didn't make sense, or it was confusing with what's internal, what we know, what we're feeling. Dealing and having interpersonal relationships can be extra difficult when we are what we are as well. So it's also learning about that. Oh, you got chills all over. Oh, well, there you go. That's kind of the chills of that major aha, oh my God, kind of really shaking off the cobwebs and stepping more into kind of that divine soul essence that's always been there, guiding you as best as possible, getting you to this point so you can kind of step into more of a space within yourself that is really who you're meant to be. You know what I mean? It's kind of like all of these years have been the dress rehearsal, and now it's like, oh, this is who I really am, and like, you know, sky's the limit. And also learning that maybe possibly the other thing I like to say is, you know, Superman, if Superman doesn't know he's Superman, he's going to maybe think that a kryptonite necklace is really, really beautiful. So let me take one of my very many crystals. So if I didn't know that this crystal, let's say, was pulling from my energy and being of disservice to me because of what I am, and here I am thinking this is gorgeous, and I carry it around, or I turn it into a necklace, you know, maybe it's a little big, but you know what I mean. And then one day you learn, oh, this actually is not good for me. And then you take off that necklace, as Superman would be getting rid of a kryptonite necklace. Now he's Superman. Before he wasn't Superman, because instead of being empowered and superhuman, he was disempowered and disabled because of his his literally being ignorant to what he was. And it's very much that way for a lot of us who are natural born healers, who are naturally transmuting energy. We're clueless. You know, we're just clueless. We don't know. So, actually, sweetheart, what's your name? Hello and welcome. Deepu, hi. I'm actually, because my readings they're not like 2-3 minutes. They kind of tend to be a bit long. I'm actually done for the night. Yasmin was my last reading. And I have been online for like 7.5 hours tonight. So I am going to have to, unfortunately, not be able to give you a reading. But that doesn't mean that I, won't in the future. I just can't now. I'm actually extraordinarily tired, and really hungry at the same time. All of this connecting and reading business is really energetically I guess you say tiring. So, but I want to wrap up with you, Jasmine. Do you have any questions for me now? Now you can reach out to me. Like I said, I can help you. I would really advise you to take a look at my website and read about my own journey, going through learning about who I am. And I think that would really help you. And if you would like help with a healing, I am definitely available to you for that. But for now, that is pretty much it. Do you have any other questions about this for right now? I am going to sleep well tonight. I am so tired. Wow. Woo. I love how, gosh, hi baby. This tonight is so great. This 3-3 portal, so much about healing, connecting, finances. Okay, well, the only thing that I'm, really sorry, that was weird. We're hearing voices and not sure where they're coming from. That is really strange. My cat and I were both like, what? Where is that? That was so weird. Okay. Well, again, you need to do that thing with severing vows of poverty. This is also tied in with like the karmic ties and connections with being kind of that one in lack, or the healer through time, that sort of thing. So really, really work on, like we talked about here, this stuff. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't work cards. The sever vows of poverty and obstacles and blocks are being lifted. So what I'm going to be doing is 2 upcoming meditations, not right now because I'm way too tired, but I'm going to be doing, and I don't know just yet if I'm going to be doing live astrals or if I'm going to be recorded doing recorded astrals, 2 of them, one for shielding and the other one for severing vows of poverty. So I'll be doing those, and you can definitely, do those meditations. And like I said before, it is something that needs to be repeated when it comes to this theme of money and finances and abundance and all that stuff. So hopefully that answered your question. Right. Exactly. Well, they're being lifted now. So blocks and obstacles are being lifted now also. So on the front end, for you to be able to do these meditations, to be really mindful, to understand your role to play in coming into abundance and having better finances and less lack. So letting you know from an energetic standpoint, from your spirit tribe, that obstacles are already being lifted, or else you wouldn't be here, to give you the space and the information in order for you to kind of step in and do your thing. So it's kind of like we're opening up the doors, and these are your blocks that are being lifted to get you there. And then once you do that again, then more block, then it's just kind of domino effect. So the work that you've done previously have led you to this space, open up the doors, and so it's doing one of these things. So see it that way too. It's already in process. It's already begun. You just need to now get really intentional and understand how it's already begun and how you've been doing this. So that'll really help you going forward too. It's not like it's a thing in the future. It's a thing that has occurred in the past. It's brought you to the present, and it's going into the future as well. Okay. You're very welcome. So please check out my my website. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm also on I'm also on Instagram as well at, I'll type it in here. It's at really? No, I can't work anything. So that's my Instagram. Okay. There's also links on my channel. So if I believe you have subscribed, if anybody's, well, gosh, I think most people are gone at this point. I have 2 people here. Hey, so we're actually saying, we're going to be, signing off now. I want to thank everybody for being here, and, I appreciate your time and energy and effort also. And thank you for checking me out and being open to receiving these messages. For those of you who were here, you can, like I said, visit my other videos, astral meditations, and I will be doing new ones coming up. Yeah, I'm actually signing off now because I'm so tired. Each one of these have been like 30 to 45 minutes, so they're kind of long. I don't rush through them, so they things come, because it's like comes to me, I filter to you, you come, so it's this kind of so it takes time, it is the way I work. I'm not like, oh, real quick answers. Things always have a deeper meaning. This is how I work as a messenger. So that's what I was doing tonight. Donations are always appreciated and needed. So at any time. So thanks in advance to anybody who may donate. I really do appreciate that. And again, thanks for being here. For any of you who were here with me live, for any of you who are watching this back on replay, please leave your comments if you have any questions, or if you were here with me and you'd like to leave comments for others to read, because they really don't pay attention to the chat after replay. I don't think too much, but you can also share, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And you guys, please don't forget, the key is to create infinite love and blessings. And I love you already. So have a wonderful rest of your night. Try to get some sleep, you guys. Don't stay up too late. And I will see you all soon enough. I'm sure of it. Okay. I love you. Good night. Good night. Have a wonderful evening. And deep, sweet dreams. Bye, guys.